Hi guys, it's me Canella, your favorite cat girl VTuber, and today we are going to be talking about one of the spiciest webtoons out right now, Childhood Friend Complex. Today we're going to be talking about what this webtoon is about. Is it too spicy for webtoon? Why people may think it is too spicy for webtoon, as well as webtoon's policies, if you should read this book, and my opinions on it, of course. Alright, let's get right into the video. Childhood Friend Complex is a story of two lifelong best friends. Hanel and Miko have been childhood friends for all of their lives, but their relationship takes a whole new dynamic when they undergo a series of unexpected events. Although they vowed they'd never be romantically attracted to each other, they just might be proven wrong, especially when things start to escalate and neither of them can predict what happens next. The first chapter begins with Hanel realizing that she sees guys differently and she does crave a romantic relationship. In this first chapter, Hanel goes sprout shopping with her friends. They speak about setting her up on a blind date. As the three are talking, Nicole happens to show up and he begins teasing Hanel. The others just look at them in shock as they look like a couple. Then we get a brief backstory of how they've been practically best friends since birth. Later, at the end of the chapter, Hanel goes to check on Nicole in his room. She barges in and she happens to walk in on him gooning, and she also happens to see her picture on the desktop, which causes confusion and chaos, and that is where the story begins. Alright, so let's talk about the characters for a little. Let's start off with lead Hanel. She's the female lead, a dual protagonist of the story. She's in middle school and she swore that she ever felt for her best friend that she would shave her hair off. She's very outgoing, she's a bit of a tomboy, however I believe that's what makes the guys so attracted to her. Kimiko, the male lead. Also in middle school, he swore that if he ever fell for his best friend, he would cut off his pieces. His friends from middle school always thought that he would be an athlete baseball player as he's very tall and athletic. However, he ended up becoming a business major instead. He quit playing baseball for a reason that no one knows. Despite that, everyone thinks he's still one of the most handsomest people in school, although most people have not asked him on a date because they think his best friend is his girlfriend. And then we have Jahi. He's the second male lead. He's a sophomore and he's a medium design major, which is the same major as Hanel. We don't get much about his backstory, but he does have a sibling that he takes care of. And we have some side characters, Kwon Minji, Johan, Mihu, which are all friends. And then we have the brothers of Kim Miko, which are Kim Junmin and Kan Hojin, as well as the moms who are besties. Okay, so this is where we get into the controversy. People are mad for a couple of reasons. Some readers feel as there's just too many spicy scenes in this series when not necessary, to the point where readers feel it's just borderline smut at this point, and there needs to be more communication. The fact that they are childhood friends already may rub some of the readers the wrong way. It creates a sense of perversion that some people just may not like, because it might be a bit uncomfortable to think about situations where you saw someone as a child naked and then fast forwarding to seeing them as an adult. It may be weird for people. The fan base is split on this topic, and I do feel like it's a minority people that feel this way. Which brings me to my next topic. Let's talk about, is it necessary to the story? Would those stories still have the same impact without the spicy scenes? It's hard to tell because the first chapter there's already a spicy scene going on, which is a tipping point for everything else after. I cannot deny there are a lot of spicy scenes here, however each scene is relevant to the plot. On top of that, I've read both versions, the uncensored version as well as the webtoon version, and they definitely watered it down to make sure that it's webtoon safe. I don't really understand why people would be upset about a mature rated webtoon being mature. However, let's go ahead and look at Webtoon's policy so we can know what is allowed on the platform. Okay, so let's go for Webtoon's policy straight from webtoon.com. Okay, it states, while we allow these themes and discussions, we do not allow nudity or content that is solely intended to be gratifying. This includes full or partial coverage as well as graphic depiction of explicit acts. It goes on further to state, full frontal or rear nudity is not allowed. Box and mosaic censoring are not allowed. It must be a natural part of imagery. Characters in minimal attire and suggestive poses implying readiness must have clear contextual. Oh my god, this is such a long policy, but if you want to read it all, then there it is. I feel like this policy is specific and vague at the same time, so I'm not even sure myself if it's fine. It seems to be part of it. It doesn't matter because it's there anyways, and yeah, obviously it had to go through some type of filterization through Webtoon themselves since it is a Webtoon original. So I'm sure they already got approved for what and what they cannot do. Now that we've gotten all the spicy stuff out the way, let's get back to the main story. What is up with love triangles? Why can we not have just a two-person story anymore? It's always a love triangle. There always has to be another guy who steps into the picture. If you saw my last video, that also had a crazy love triangle as well. And those are both two of the top rated romance stories. And I'm a fan of love triangles. I love a good love triangle. However, I'm just wondering if it's necessary in this story because it's fairly obvious that this story revolves around two childhood friends. So why do we need to bring in another person? Granted, I like the other person and I actually almost might like them more than the main male lead. However, I just don't feel like he's necessary in this story, honestly. The way that they're pushing him is just a bit too much. It almost doesn't feel natural. It just feels like, oh, there needs to be tension. There needs to be other person. Like, the build-up just wasn't there for me. Yeah, it's a love triangle, so yeah. Is this story worth the read? Finally, to the conclusion, should you pick up this story? Should you read this webtoon? I think the verdict is yes. I absolutely love this webtoon. It's so surreal, such a realistic situation that people could get into. Spicy parts are so far and few in between, so I don't think that's a big deal if that's your concern with getting into this webtoon. However, they are there for people that enjoy that, like me. I like it. I love a little spice, so I'm here for it. However, if that's not your thing, it's really not that much, especially on Webtoon. It's a very decently paced story. I think at this point we are going on to season 3, although I don't believe it's been confirmed yet. They're stating that there's some legal stuff that they need to take care of before they continue on, and hopefully they can get that so we can see how this story ends. Hi guys, thank you for staying to the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you do like the video, then please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this. Thank you guys for watching my last video. Since you guys liked it, I was like, okay, maybe we should stick with the webtoon and like do some more stories. This is another one I liked that's really popular right now, so I was like, okay, we'll talk about this one. I'm not sure what we'll talk about next time, but I'll see you guys next week, so be sure to subscribe. I post weekly and I stream Tuesday through Thursday, so I hope to catch you guys in a stream or video. Until then, you guys have a wonderful, beautiful, amazing rest of the day, evening, or whatever time it is. Bye guys.